Greetings towards my Sentient Galaxy Kingdom, it's Sentryman here, so back again with another ECW Supercar Show review. So this time going to review ECW's Ultra Class 1993 at the ECW Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on the 18th of September 1993. The attendance for the show was 1,131. The commentator for the show is Joey Styles. This is the first ECW event promoted by Paul Heyman. Look it up on Wikipedia, you'll probably find it. Anyway, so the first match to kick off the show, we got a tag team match. We got the Public Enemy, that is Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge versus Ian Rotten and Jason Knight. Jason Knight looks like Buff Bagwell's older brother, because the reason why I compare him to Buff Bagwell, they both got goatees, they both got dark hair, they both got tan skin, and both got muscles. Anyway, this was just a squash match for the Public Enemy. I think Rocco Rock or Johnny Grunge pins Ian Rotten for the victory. So moving on to the next match. This is for the ECW Pennsylvania Championship. We got Tony Stepson with Hunter Q Robbins in his corner, defending the belt against Tommy Cairo. I think this is their rematch from the last ECW Super Show I reviewed. That is Super Summer Sizzler 93. And I look it up, more information between Cairo and Stetson. They were both former tag team partners. I didn't mention it in my review of Super Summer Sizzler 93. I'm letting you know right now. Anyway, the match was okay. It was an okay wrestling match. In the end, Robbins trying to distract the referee. Stepson hits Cairo with the belt, pins Cairo for the victory, and retain the Pennsylvania Championship. And this is the last time that the ECW's Pennsylvania title was defended. I think they kind of stopped. I think it was retired. I don't know about the ECW Pennsylvania title. It's very rare to see a state use a state as a championship. You know, I heard of the United States title, but not any type of state as a title. You never see pro wrestling calling that title the California Championship or the New York Championship or a Boston Championship or Texas Championship. I don't know, they could do it, but anyway, so this is the last time that the Pennsylvania title was defended. There's only had two champions in the history of the Pennsylvania Championship. The only two champions in the history of the title was Tommy Cairo and Tony Stetson. So move on to the next match. The next match, we got the Battle of the Super Destroyers. Super Destroyer 1 versus Super Destroyer 2 with, I think we had Hunter Q Robbins in one of the corner. I think it's SD1 or SD2. Anyway, the match sucked. It was boring. To be honest, I was completely zoned out of watching this match. I don't know how many minutes. It looks like 10 minutes. Holy crap. It was boring. In the end, I think it was Super Destroyer 1 hit Super Destroyer 2 with a senton for the win. And Super Destroyer 2 has forced to unmask. And then you got the Dark Patriot beat down Super Destroyer 1. And Super Destroyer 2 help the Dark Patriot beat down Super Destroyer 1. I think, and then, Super Destroyer 2. This is getting confusing, by the way. Super Destroyer 2 hits Super Destroyer 1 with the Power Driver. And I'd look it up on Wikipedia. The real names of the Super Destroyers. Super Destroyer 1 is a wrestler name called AJ Peruzzi, and Super Destroyer 2 is the name called Dog Stall. Just look it up on Wikipedia. That's the names. AJ Peruzzi and Dog Stall. And afterwards you got JT Smith, come to the rescue. And we got the next match. We got, the Dark Patriot versus JT Smith. This is in a scaffold match. This is fucking shit. I heard about a scaffold match. I see them on YouTube. Yeah, not every single year, but I've seen it like years ago. I know what they are, and they're not that good. For once, because you can't really do anything on top of the scaffold, and B, and it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Let's be honest. The scaffold matches are dangerous. Great example. Jim Cornette compete in that match and blow both his knees. WCW brought it back in the year 2000. I think like they're still doing scaffold matches, probably in some indie show, but you're not gonna see a scaffold match in a major wrestling promotion, because it's stupid. It's because it's dangerous. I don't mind when TNA/Impact Wrestling doing the Ultimate X match. I'll be fine with that, because at least you fight on top of the scaffold. Trying to knock your opponent off the scaffold. Like holding on the ropes, but fighting on the top of the scaffold, nothing to do. It's nah. Boring, and this was another boring match. In the end, the Dark Patriot got the victory. He hit, basically throw white powder in the face of JT Smith. JT Smith will be a future member of the FBI, the Full-Blooded Italians. That'll be in later years, under the Extreme Championship Wrestling banner. Yeah, he threw the white powder in the face of JT Smith and throwed him off the scaffold. And he's selling like a knee injury. This is the reason why I don't like scaffold matches in pro wrestling, because they had no business in pro wrestling. I don't know who come up with the whole idea to do a scaffold match. It's fucking dangerous. Yeah, and the Dark Patriot and JT Smith were brawling outside the ring. So move on. So the next match, we got a tag team tornado bunkhouse match. We got Abdullah the Butcher and Kevin Sullivan versus Terry Funk and Stan Hansen. I said to myself, seeing Kevin Sullivan wrestle on this show inside of an ECW ring, I know he wrestled in WCW/the NWA. He never wrestled in WWE. The reason why he's in ECW, he left WCW in 1991. He wrestled in Jim Cornette's promotion, that is Smoking Mountain Wrestling. He wrestled in a small promotion in Japan called Wings. And now he's wrestled in ECW. I said to myself, wow. I know he never wrestled in WWE, but to see him in ECW, he's one of these forgettable wrestlers who never wrestled in ECW, Yeah, Rick Rude appeared in ECW, British Bulldog. Scott Hall, I think he appeared in ECW. Anyway, back to this match. This was a clusterfuck. It's a clusterfuck. A ugly brawl. Yeah, one moment in this match you had, I think it was Kevin Sullivan smacking Terry Funk in the head with a fucking hammer. I said to myself, wow, this is like 20 years before the Aces in TNA, hitting their opponents with a hammer. Holy crap. He hit Terry Funk in the head with a hammer. He accidentally hit the referee. I think his face was covered in blood. The match ends in disqualification. You got Eddie Gilbert attack Terry Funk, because I think at this middle time, Funk and Gilbert were still feuding. They fought at the last Super Show, Super Summer Sizzler. They fought for the King of Philadelphia title, the crown. It's basically their version of King of the Ring. And then you got the Dark Patriot interfered. The interference getting fucking stupid. I think Funk and Hansen chased off Eddie Gilbert. And meanwhile, Kevin Sullivan and Abdullah the Butcher fighting each other. And then the referees and, what's his name? Johnny Hotbody pulled them away. And that was it. Ugly brawl. I thought that was an okay match, but I watched this match twice again. Yeah, this was an ugly brawl. And as for Kevin Sullivan, he sticked around in ECW for another year. He left the company in 1994, and he went back to WCW, feuding with Hulk Hogan, forming the Free Face of Fear, and also the Dungeon of Doom. Holy crap, I don't want to get into it. So, move on to the next match. The next match, this is a intergender battle royal. Winner receive $5,000. So the competitors in this battle royal, we got Donnie Allen, Jay Sully, Tigra, Angel, and Sensational Sherry. And I said to myself, wow, this is the third major promotion that Sensational Sherry appeared in pro wrestling. You know, she was in the WWF, she was in WCW, and now in ECW. The reason why she's now in ECW because she left the WWF later on in 1993 in the summer. Because after she was in this storyline between Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. Unfortunately, that storyline was canned due to Marty Jannetty got released for drug possessions. He came back months later, and then Sherry left the company. She had a cup of coffee in, I'm gonna butcher this company's name, I think it's called the USWA. That's in Memphis. That's Jerry the King Lawler's territory. The Memphis territory. She had a cup of coffee in Smoky Mountain Wrestling, and now she's in ECW. But anyway, so let's get back to this match. The match was shit. I'm sorry. I'm not into it. I'm not into this match. I see better battle royals in pro wrestling shows in years, but this is not a good one. It's just like blah. You had the women eliminate the men, and then you got Hunter Q Robbins. I think this is the third time he appeared. They ripped his suit off, but mostly his pants, his old trousers. And then you got Sherry turned on Angel, eliminated. I think you got this. So I'm kind of stumbling. You got Freddie Gilbert interfered. I think he's some kind of like referee. I don't know. Just before my time, the early years of ECW. I followed the ECW with Tommy Dreamer, RVD, Sabu. Not the early years. It's not under the Eastern Championship Wrestling banner. So anyway, so after I'm gonna say it again. So after the women eliminated the men, Sherry turned on Angel. Angel's wearing a wig. Her natural hair color is brown. And then you got Freddie Gilbert. I'm guessing he's the brother of Eddie Gilbert, I think. I don't know. Sherry chased off Gilbert. Then Tiger, in the whole bulk of the match, she didn't do nothing. She was basically sitting in the corner in the ring. She eliminated, Angel and Tigra. Tigra is not Tigra's, part of the filthy animals in WCW. She's a different Tigra. Tigress, whatever. Similar name. Tiger won this battle royal, received about $5,000. So move on to the next match. The next match, we got Salvatore Bellomo versus Sir Richard Michaels with Hunter Q Robbins in Michaels' corner. I said in my review of Super Summer Sizzler 93 that the Suicide Blondes, I don't know. I think there's that answer to the Rockers or the Hollywood Blondes. That's Steve Austin and Brian Pillman's tag team name. I don't know. I don't know much about the Suicide Blondes. I don't know. Anyway, the loser received 10 lashing. Match was boring. You got Hunter Q Robbins in Michael's corner, and then you got Sensational Sherry appeared in Bellamo's group. I thought it was Sal Graziano, but that was a different person. I've done some research before watching and attempt to review the show. Salvatore Bellomo, he's not really Italian. I thought he was Italian, Italian American. No, he's from Belgium. And sadly, he died 2 years ago. He's been wrestled since the 1970s. He's been wrestled for years before, making his big break in ECW. Anyway, the match sucked. In the end, Bellomo pins Richards, with the pizza. What was it called? The pizza slam, it's called. It was basically a crossbody. And yeah, he won this match. And then afterwards, he has to give Sir Richard Michaels 10 lashing. He didn't really give him 10 lashing. You got like Robbins snapped really took the whip. or the belt. I think it was a whip. You know, oh, a belt. I'm trying to say. I think it was a belt. Anyway, Sherry stopped him. Second match. You know, he's like stripped. First, he stripped. Robbins' suit. He took back the belt, give it back to Bellamore, and then you got the Rockin' Rebel attacked us. Bellamore hitting him in the face. Wrapped his fist around, ripped the belt on his fist, and beat the fuck out of Bellamore, and that was it. So yeah, this was a crap match. This show so far it's a clusterfuck. So moving on to basically for me the only match of the night worth watching. Anyway, we got Shane Douglas with Paulie Dangerously, aka Paul Heyman, in his corner, defending the ECW Championship against the Sandman. The Sandman is not the Sandman you see in when ECW break away from the NWA under the Extreme Championship Wrestling banner. Hitting his opponents with the candlestick, smoking, drinking beers. That'll be in later years, but he's still doing the surfer gimmick. Anyway, the match was good. Bit boring sometimes. I wish they cut like 2-3 minutes off this match, but I think they wrestled a decent good match. Sandman kicked out of the because Shane hit Sandman with Paul Heyman or Paulie Dangerously phone. In the end, Sandman trying to go for the crossbody, and Shane Douglas countered the crossbody attempt, turning into a small package for the win, and Shane Douglas is still the reigning defending ECW champion. I think that's at this moment in time. This is his first title he won. He won 5 until he left the company. I think it was it 1999 or 2000 before he got to WCW. He's not like, this is before when he threw down the NWA World Title, and then this is because they're still under the NWA banner. Because at this moment of time, WCW split from the NWA. ECW is still with the NWA. They split in 1994. So yeah, this was a good match, but wasn't a 4-star classic, but they've wrestled a decent, fun match to watch. So moving on to the main event. The main event, we got this is the third tag team. I almost say 2. There's only 3 tag team matches on this show. This is the third and final tag team match on this show. This is a tag team bats match. We got the Headhunters. Don't know what their names are. I thought they were the Headbangers, Flash and Masha, but they're 2 big black dudes. They're taking on Miguel Perez and Crash the Terminator. Done my research on Crash the Terminator. Crash the Terminator is Bill DeMott, aka Hugh Morris. He'll become Hugh Morris in WCW years later in 1996 when he was part of the end up part of the Dungeon of Doom, and then forming the Misfit in Action. With Chavo Guerrero, Van Hammer, Lash LaRue. That'll be in 2000. So anyway, the match was okay. I thought it was a clusterfuck. It wasn't okay. They missed one shot because this is I think they filmed it on it. Someone filmed the show in his cam recorder. They missed the shot. One of them went through the wall. In the end, one of the Headhunters pinned Crash the Terminator for the victory. The back played a massive part in this match, but it was an okay match. It was a bit boring. I wish they cut 5 minutes off this match. It's just what it is. So anyway, so my final rating, I thought it was the one and only Ultra Class in ECW history. They do another one 5 years later in 1998. Unfortunately, you can't really find it on the network. Sorry. But my final rating for Ultra Clash 1993. Boy, this is a tricky one. I'm going to give it a 3. Actually, second of all, I'm going to give it 3.5. Nah, I'll give it 2. This was not a good show. Not a good show. This is, at least with Super Summer Sizzler, that was an okay show, but that's not saying too much. This was shit. The only good match worth watching has to be Shane Douglas versus Sandman for the ECW title. That was a decent match, but it doesn't want me to go. I need to go back to watch this, but I suggest watching it. It was an okay match, but wasn't a 4-star classic. Yeah, Stepson versus Cairo for the Pennsylvania title. Um, it was okay, wasn't special. But besides that, a lot of crap on the show. Like the opener is just a squash match. The battle of the two destroyers, super destroyers, that was boring. The scaffold match between JT Smith and the Dark Patriot, that was shit. The battle royal was crap. The match between Salvatore Bellomo and Richard Michaels, shit as well. The main event was okay for what it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my review of ECW's Ultra Class 93. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the like, join the Central Unit today, or you miss out. Yeah, for more wrestling videos, Marvel videos, and more. Next time in the ECW Supercar Show, Supercar Show reviews / pay-per-view reviews. Hope 1994 ECW shows are better. So, this is the Central Man officially signing out. Check you later. That's my review of ECW's Ultra Class 93. And this was a thumbs down show.